So, hi everyone.
Hi.
Now I have a really small, tiny goal if I compare with you guys. My nearest goal is to be the F&B trainee of Hard Rock Davos Hotel, which is a 4-star superior hotel. So the skill required will be the language, German and English. I'm quite confident about myself of this thing, but I still drill it every day. I do really weird thing. I imagine my conversation with a guest, and I speak in front of the mirror. It's really weird, right? The second thing is the stamina and attitude. Stamina, because I try work there, is really heavy. The hotel now is almost 100% full capacity for whole season. And we serve in the morning, almost all day, every meal, 300 plus guests. So imagine you have to carry heavy tray, heavy bottle of wine, or a lot of plate at the same time. So stamina is the thing you really need to work on. If not, you will collapse. That's just for sure. And the attitude, because we have many guests, they are just rushing for their meal. So we are also stressed. We need to learn how to react, to relax. And for these two things, I do every morning from 6 to 7 a.m. here, some physical training and meditation. And if you guys want to join me, it's for free. The next thing is know the thing that I will serve. For this thing, I asked a previous intern there to give me a handbook. And I also learned the wine menus and the food menus over there. So I make sure when I come, I can work as my best. I don't need to spend time to learn all of these things when I come to the place. I learned this before, from now. And I also know that that will be an opportunity for me to take over the rooftop bar. So I will drill on my bar skill, which is new for me. I take a bottle, empty bottle, and try to pour that just simple. I start always with simple things, but I do it every day. For 15 minutes, half an hour, that's it. Then I also ask the 5 most bestseller cocktails over there and try to make them just in my imagination and some bottle and some shaking things. And I have opportunity to give workshop and education, sharing my knowledge to people over there. So I need the presentation skill that we do a lot in Swiss IMNH. And also in the morning from 6 to 7 a.m., I take 5 to 10 minutes to read out loud to how to win friends and influence people. I'm just standing here alone with that thing and read and record. Like right now I'm recording myself. And at the night, I listen it again to see what part I can improve. So that's how I do it. Listening skill, I talk normally with my family, my friends in the high school to see if they have any problems, anything I can help with. So that is for listening. And self-study, I think, is the most important skill. If you need one skill, is self-study. Because you never know everything in the world. And every great people study non-stop. Bill Gates, he reads lots of books a day. Jack Ma also. I will answer your question just at the end. Okay? And I would want to share with you very much that cool things over there is the 4 training circle for Mr. Tran Viet Quan. He is a Vietnamese educator, which I follow him about almost a year. And if you train anyone for any job or anything, is inside this 4 circle. So first you go to the knowledge. Like when you go to school, you learn what is this, what is that. Math, literature, English, etc. is just the knowledge. You know that. But the knowledge will be useless if you cannot transfer it for something that can have values. So now the next step is skills. you know math, you can do calculation for the company, is when math becomes skill. After that, when you have skill, you can be good at your job. But to develop more, to climb the ladder, your character is one of the most important things. This is one of the formula or study that's called DISC. You can search more for that on Google. So basically, it's the type of your character. Are you the character who like to work alone? You like to lead people, like to work together? This is this thing. So basically, who should be the boss? Who should be the advisor? Who should be the expert in a small field? And of course, there are people who have all this character together. And the last, and the deepest, and most important thing in everyone is morality, wisdom, and effort. If you look at anyone who is success in the world, they all have three of these: morality, wisdom, and effort. If they don't have one of these, it's not real success people. And that's three most important inside. Three most important outside, or your environment, is the content or the books that you read. Now it could be video, podcast, everything. Your educator, your teacher, who are you following? Who are you learning from? And also your friends, because your friends will be almost all the time outnumber your teacher, and you take influence for them a lot. So choose your friends, your educator, and your book wisely. Okay, that's my sharing. Question, please?
No, I just want to add something. I think for the self-study, I think it's very true, and it's also related to the self-problem solving of mine. The reason why I think it's true, because before I went here, I was have a lot of friends, like when I need something, it's not very hard for me to get help. But when I come here, the connection become very narrow. So I have to do the thing by my own. One more thing is, when you are proud with somebody you know, you become very independent. Mm-hmm. Dependent. You will become dependent. So the one tip at our age, more than 21 years old, sometimes we should isolate ourselves. Like if, for example, like if you go for, if you stay with like 4 of your friends, 1 week, I don't think you're gonna learn anything by yourself. But if you stay like with alone, every day you wake up, you will think, what do I gonna do today? What do I do, or do I waste my time again? Or do I will learn something? Yeah, so that I want to add for the speak. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, JB.
Appreciate it. Any other question? Okay, I repeat again. From 6 to 7 a.m. right here. If you want to join, so for free, okay? If you want to drill every day and get the hell out of you, I'm here for you.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He who can do this has the whole world with him. He who cannot walks a lonely way. I often fishing up in the Main during the summer. Personally, I am very fond of strawberry and cream, but I have found that for some strange reason, fish prefer worms. So when I went fishing, I didn't think about what I want. I didn't bait the hook with strawberry and cream. Rather, I dangled a worm or a grasshopper in front of the fish and said, "Wouldn't you like to have that?" Why not use the same common sense when fishing for people? That is what Lloyd George, the Great Britain's Prime Minister during World War I, did. When someone asked him how he managed to stay in power after the other wartime leaders, Wilson, Orlando, and Clemenceau, had been forgotten, he replied that if he's staying on top of the might, on top might be attributed to any one thing, it would be to his having learned that it was necessary to bait the hook to suit the fish. Why talk about what we want? That is childish, absurd. Of course, you are interested in what you want. You are eternally interested in it, but no one else is. The rest of us are just like you. We are interested in what we want. So the only way on earth to influence other people is to talk about what they want and show them how to get it. Remember that tomorrow, when you're trying to get somebody to do something, if, for example, you don't want your children to smoke, don't preach at them and don't talk about what you want, but show them that cigarette may keep them from making the basketball team or winning 100-yard dash. This is a good thing to remember, regardless of whether you are dealing with children or calf or chimpanzee. For example, one day Ralph Waldo Emerson and his son tried to get a calf into the barn, but they made the common mistake of thinking only what they want. Emerson pushed and his son pulled, but the calf was doing what they are doing. He was thinking only of what he wants. So he stiffened his leg and stubbornly refused to leave the pasture. The Irish housemaid saw the predicament. She couldn't write essays and books, but on this occasion, at least she had more horse senses or calf senses than Emerson had. She thought that the calf wanted. She thought of what the calf wanted, so she put her maternal finger in the calf's mouth and had the calf suck her finger, and she gently let him into the barn. Every act you have ever performed, since the day you were born was performed because you want something. How about the time you gave a large contribution to the Red Cross? Yes, that is no exception to the rule. You gave the Red Cross donation because you want to lend a helping hand. You want to do a beautiful, unselfish, divine act. In as much as you have done it unto the time the least of my brethren, ye have done it unto me. In as much as ye have done it unto the unto one of the least of my brethren, ye have done it unto me. If you hadn't wanted that feeling more than you wanted your money, you would not have made the contribution. Of course, you might make the contribution because you were ashamed to refuse or because a customer asked you to do it. But one thing is certain, you made the contribution because you wanted something. Harry R. Overstreet, in his illuminating book, Influencing Human Behavior, said, actions spring out of what we fundamentally desire. And the best piece of advice which can be given would be persuader, whether in business, in home, in the school, in politics, is first arouse in the other person an eager want. He who can do this has the whole world with him. He cannot walk a lonely way. Andrew Kanji, the poverty-stricken Scotch lad who started to work at 2 cents an hour and finally gave away 365 million, learned early in life that the only way to influence people is to talk in terms of what the other person wants. He attended school only for 4 years, yet he learned how to handle people.